Hello and welcome to NewsX Auto. My name is Shiraz and that's the Toyota Hyryder strong hybrid, which means it is not that start-stop system equipped mild hybrid that many manufacturers including Toyota and Maruti are passing off as mild hybrids. Okay, see, for anyone to use the word hybrid, okay, there are two prerequisites. All right, it has to have an additional battery and it has to propel the vehicle on that battery power, that electric motor alone, even if it is for like 500 meters or even if it is for like 2 meters or 1 meter. Okay, if it does not do that, you should not be using the word hybrid. Anyway, I'll perhaps make another video if you want on what is a real hybrid and why mild hybrid, this term mild hybrid, is a misnomer. Okay, it's a scam I would say. But then right now, since we have a proper real hybrid, this review will give you the answer whether this hybrid actually makes sense over its regular ICE counterparts or not. Okay, and of course I'll just give you a couple of lines on every parameter that one has to cover in the review. For example, I would not talk about the upper lip, lower lip of the design, okay, because you already know that. Okay, people contemplate buying this vehicle or any of its competitors, okay, because of two reasons. Okay, first of all, again, let me put one thing out of the way. Every manufacturer nowadays calls a raised hatchback as an SUV. Okay, of course these do not fall in that category, but then even these are referred to as SUVs by everyone. These are crossovers at best, and even a real crossover would have an all-wheel drive, and in fact the Hyryder all-wheel drive would definitely classify as a proper crossover. This is of course two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, but then again, let me not digress. From a customer's point of view, you would want a crossover, or let's call it an SUV, because you want to call it an SUV for two reasons: increased ground clearance and road presence. So yes, you do get sufficient, more than sufficient ground clearance, which basically means, and you can take my word for it, and I've tested it, even under a full load of passengers, you can take the worst speed breakers head on. You don't have to drive over those obstacles at an angle. Okay, so yes, no issues as far as ground clearance is concerned. Number two, the road presence. See, the Kushaq and the Taygun, they have a crossoverish road presence. The Creta and Seltos, they have an SUV-ish road presence. Okay, now let me quickly show you the rear seat space, and then I'll get in the pilot seat and tell you everything else. Okay, the all four doors, they take 1 liter bottles easily. Now the space, see, there is no dearth of leg room. Okay, the tallest passengers would be happy with the leg room, and there is decent amount of under thigh support. Headroom, if your family members, okay, who would be sitting in the rear seats, they are up to 6 feet, they would not have a problem. If they are taller than that, then you may want to look elsewhere, or I would still recommend take a test drive, make them sit in the rear seats and see if they are comfortable. But then yeah, that's the truth. Anyone over 6 feet tall may have an issue with the headroom. Now let's sit in the pilot seat and talk about the interiors first. See, there are two parts to it. One would be the features, and the second thing would be whether the interiors have that wow factor or not. Okay, if you're spending close to 23, 24, almost anything around 25 lakh rupees, you expect that, okay, you know what, it should have that wow factor. The honest part is that wow factor is definitely not there. There is nothing wrong with the quality of the cabin. Okay, However, for example, the Creta and Seltos, those vehicles interiors have that wow factor. Okay, they make you feel that much more special, and even the Taygun and Kushaq have an edge in this department. But as far as the features are concerned, you get everything, all right, including the panoramic sunroof. And of course, you already know by now that, this is a disaster. This is, come on, Toyota and Maruti, they should have used better quality material. And this also means that during the harshest summers, the AC, would be overworked. And but then as far as the other features are concerned, you have ventilated seats, you have wireless charger, all connectivity options, heads up display, and auto headlamps. So yeah, Toyota, and in fact, although we would talk about the Grand Vitara when we drive it, but then yes, they're essentially the same cars. The hybrid powertrain in both, is by Toyota. All right. So again, I digressed a little bit. There is, you would not find any feature missing, that you really require. And so no complaints as far as the feature list is concerned. Now let's drive and talk about the ride quality, handling, and everything else. All right. So first, let's talk about the ride quality. Okay, ride quality is simply the absolute best in the segment. Okay, it's decidedly better than the Kushaq and the Taygun, and it's slightly better than the Creta and the Seltos as well. Handling, the Kushaq and Taygun are decidedly better, and this is similar to the Seltos and Creta in handling. All right, but then again, at the cost of repetition, the ride quality is the absolute best in the segment. Okay, performance, see, everyone, no exception, barring me of course, has incorrectly reported about this car's performance. They say that the turbo petrols are way quicker. They're not. Now the quickest turbo petrols in this segment, they do the 0 to 100 actual GPS time would be somewhere around, not would be, it is somewhere around 9.5 9.7 seconds. I'm talking about the quickest turbo petrols in this segments. So they do the 0 to 100 run, again, I'm talking about the GPS and not the speedo indicated speed, in a shade less than 10 seconds, somewhere around 9.5 to 9.7 9.8. This does it in 10.8 seconds. So that's what, just a 1 second difference. All right. Number two, and this is more important, while overtaking, this is a shade better than the quickest turbo petrols. And why is that? See, since this is a naturally aspirated engine, it does not suffer from that turbo lag which the turbo petrols do. So while overtaking in turbo petrols, the moment you give that throttle input, there is a slight 1 to 1.5 second delay. And in this one, of course, you do not have that delay. Plus the hybrid motor and the engine, they both are giving you that shove. So overtakes, not a problem at all. And like I said, at the cost of repetition, this is slightly even better than the quickest turbo petrols as far as the in-gear acceleration, the in-gear acceleration performance is concerned, which you require in overtakes. Now comes the most important part, the fuel efficiency. See, everyone would have told you that this has exceptional fuel efficiency, and it does. See, even right now this is over 26 kilometers per liter. Okay, and they would have told you that you know, the difference between in the cost price of this one and its regular ICE counterparts. Okay, but most do not take into consideration the battery price as well. First of all, you know, no manufacturer, okay, has actually given the battery pack prices, okay, be it the EVs or be it the hybrids. But the general consensus for this one is that the battery price is somewhere around 2.5 lakhs. Okay, it could be 2 lakhs, it could be 2.75, let's keep it 3 lakhs. Okay, the variant to variant you know, difference, for example, the regular automatic Hyryder, okay, the S model of that one and S variant of this one, the difference is 2.65 lakh. The G and the top spec V that we are driving right now, the difference variant to variant is 3 lakh rupees. So you would need to factor in 6 lakh rupees when you do the calculation. Okay, now this, okay, and there is one more thing. Okay, the hybrid will make sense only if the majority of your driving is in city and not on highways. Okay, if you drive mostly on the highways, then do not buy a hybrid, any hybrid for that matter. Okay, why? Because hybrids, they provide the maximum fuel efficiency in stop and go traffic. Why and how? Because the engine is being used less, and the electric motor, the battery, okay, the hybrid battery is being used more. That is why, since the engine is being used less, okay, less fuel is being consumed, and that is why your overall fuel efficiency is better. Okay, on highways, the engine would be kicking in a lot more, so your overall fuel efficiency would drop because, you know, more fuel is being used. So now let's talk about the fuel efficiency figures. I drove the Hyryder all-wheel drive manual, okay, and that gave me a city fuel efficiency of somewhere around 12 to 14 at best. Okay, this one's fuel efficiency in city, I should have let him go, so because traffic on your right has the right of way. Okay, my fault. All right, so this one's fuel efficiency in the city, okay, the worst you will get rather would be still above 20 kilometers per liter, and the best can even exceed 30 kilometers per liter. Let's keep 25 kilometers per liter as an average. Okay, and let's take the non-hybrid, the regular Hyryders average as 15 in city. Okay, in fact, the turbo petrols, okay, they at worst, their fuel efficiency figure could drop down to even single digits. At best in city, they give somewhere around anywhere between 11 to 13 at max. Okay, still, for ease of calculation, you keep 25 for this one and 15 for all other ICE counterparts. So you will see that in order for a hybrid to make sense, especially this one, okay, because right now of course we are reviewing this one, your monthly running should be at least 1500 kilometers and above, and you should be willing to keep this vehicle for 15 years. Only then you not only would be able to recover those 6 lakh rupees, but you will be able to save a lot of money over and above that. Okay, so in 15 years you would be able to save at least if I remember correctly, 2 to 3 lakh rupees, and more if your running is a lot more. Okay, so the more you drive in the city, your savings would be directly proportional to that. Anything less than 1500 kilometers per month, that turns out to be 50 kilometers per day. Anything less than that, and trust me, you do not want a hybrid. Okay, so yes, that was my review of the Toyota Hyryder hybrid, the proper hybrid, strong hybrid. Do let me know if you have any questions, and please do hit that like button, do leave a comment, do subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you soon in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.